What's up, guys? Today I went on a little 1v1 streak, and I figured I'd show it to you guys. I really should have given up a goal on that kickoff. Wow, he didn't do a very good job. But I've been playing ones a lot lately. I think I really need to get better. That was a horrible shot. That's good evidence I need to get better. But I went on a nice little three game streak. Brought me up to Plat 2, which is probably lower than I should be ranked in ones, but you know how it is. It's tough. Like, there's a lot of Smurfs. I was grinding a lot last night, and I kept going up against people that were like expert or semi-pro, and they had the champion like banner whenever they scored a goal from the most recent season. And it's like, damn, like I wanted to lose, like I wanted to play them. Like I never forfeited, which by the way is a good tip to get better at this game. If you're ever like playing somebody that's just clearly better than you, just don't get tilted and just like lose. Like just play as hard as you can to try to do your best. Which might have been kind of what was happening in the last game. I don't know. There's definitely no pure evidence. And he could have just been a good player and been on. I mean, if you pay attention in these games, you'll see I'm just on. Or, well, the other guys are just giving me too much space. And the thing is, I think fake challenging just like let me walk all over these first three people. And the last guy, I'd fake challenge him over and over again. He just annihilated me, just absolutely destroyed me. And by the end of it, I started to realize I needed to rush more, and I got one goal out of it. But I wasn't gonna quit because I was on this win streak, and I wanted to just see how far I could push it. You know what I mean? I really wish I would have been more productive out of this this demo. What's crazy is this game starts out kind of slow. And then I just pop off for some kickoff goals, which, you know, is kind of classic ones. I really like my kickoff. I think I do a really good job of doing every little thing I can to get there as fast as possible, but still get all of my wheels on the ground and then jump again into the ball. The first kickoff of this game was a horrible example of that. I didn't do that at all. Just blasted off and never touched the ground again. But I normally try to just barely tap the X button and then do a completely side flick so I can boost all the way through it. And it's not just completely side because I hold my controller up just a little bit so my car's tilted down. So when I'm boosting at the end of it, I push myself into the ground so I can jump and flick into the actual kickoff between me and the other player. I hope that makes sense. But I think one of the biggest things is that barely tapping X and the pointing at your analog stick just up just a little bit. I don't know, it might be like a 45-degree angle, but I don't hold it very long when I'm, you know, adjusting my car, so. That was an interesting kickoff because it wasn't like the biggest win at first, and then he just didn't do anything with it. I mean, he really didn't put himself in a position where he could do anything with it because he didn't have any boosts, and he just kind of moved towards the wall that was clearly going to hit, bounce off him. I didn't think this guy was really good, but the other guys weren't as easy to just dismantle. The other guys I actually had to like dribble and stuff on. I think this guy just kind of won kickoffs on, which is fine. That's a big part of ones. Yeah, that made him quit. All right, let's go to the next game. I'll put like evidence at the end of this that these are all in a row. I don't know if that matters. I know watching them back is kind of weird. I just know I play a lot more nervous when I'm recording, so I noticed that I was playing really well and I wanted to see how far I could push the streak, and then I figured I had just enough time before work to like record for you guys and upload a video and then get ready for like eat some lunch and get ready for work. So feels good to be posting again. The thing is like I could just be playing right now, and that's why I wasn't posting for the last like week and a half or 2 weeks. I just wanted to play, and I think that's pretty understandable. Like, I'm really not super good. This channel's mostly for just letting people that are close enough to me in my real life to like care and want to subscribe to me, people that I meet at the bar that enjoy my presence enough to support me. the bar I work at. Sorry, that sounds like I'm an alcoholic. That's pretty much all this channel is, and then, you know, random people that like to hang out too. So I just want to post when there's something I actually want to post about. And yesterday, I really wanted to post about the breakout training weight thing. What I wanted to do was make a montage with the breakout, and then kind of talk about it, like maybe a short montage, and then, or talk about it and then have a short montage, like a short gameplay where the other team forfeited quickly or something like that. But my system was full and I couldn't record anymore. I didn't realize it, so I had to delete a bunch of stuff, and then I just was like, well, I'll just get a game with the breakout and see how I do. And I won. It was nice. I literally I played 2 casual games. Like, I warmed up a lot. I've been playing training like all weekend. Been doing a bunch of different training packs that I have. I just didn't feel like playing the actual game against other people or with other people. I don't know what the problem is. Maybe that's why I'm playing ones now. Maybe it was with other people. I think I have so much fun when I'm playing with people that I really enjoy playing with. But it's getting to the point where my real life friends don't put in the effort I do. So if I try to play with them, I just either inflate their ranked to something that they're not actually at if I play on a Smurf, or I play on this account and we just lose over and over again because it makes everybody a diamond basically now, which I do like. It makes me want to just like keep making Smurfs and keep making them play in diamond. And like, all right, I lost out to plat 3, now on to the next Smurf, and then just get diamond back over and over again. Speaking of which, getting diamond back on this account is something I still need to do before the end of the season, and I would enjoy that. See, I knew he was gonna get another touch here. It wasn't a very strong touch, but I could tell he was going for it. I was happy about that. That was horrible. I should have just stayed on the wall. I wanted to play it once it hit the ground, but I was trying to jump off and catch it, but that was still dumb. That second little pop, he had no clue. But I don't blame him. I mean, in the last game of this, like, I'm showing you the loss too. I want to show you guys the loss. It was bad. I got annihilated. So it's just kind of a 1v1s go. Like, I think normally just one person's just better, one person's worse, and it's pretty obvious, and you win by a lot. But I don't know. I still have good games for sure that go back and forth. I know. I just noticed I had a replay from last night that I kind of forgot I saved. It was like, it went into overtime even, I think, but I saved it as like, oh my god, that finish or something like that. Like, I don't know if I had a comeback or what, but I'll have to check it out. Maybe I'll post that tomorrow. Man, summer's already starting to come to an end. It kind of feels weird. It's odd as like an adult. Oh, that fake. Yeah, see, this guy got faked over and over again. Like, absolutely annihilated on fakes. It was pretty crazy. Anyways, as a kid, summer felt like such a big deal, but now summer is like, meh. You know what I mean? What? Okay, what was he doing here? Like, I saw that he was in the corner, but I thought he'd get back eventually. Oh, he missed the boost, and then he was really screwed. Wow. Okay. That's hilarious. Alright. One more replay. Actually, 2 more replays. Sorry. 1 more win, and then my absolutely crushing defeat. It was my chair squeaking. If you guys heard noises, might have sounded kind of weird. Can we... But yeah. I don't know, summer is fun still as an adult, but you have to work more. Actually, like where I'm from, summer is a lot more work than winter. At least where I grew up and worked for most... Nah, I really can't say most of my adult life anymore. It's kind of crazy. I had a lot of different weird jobs. Ooh. I thought I was going to lose this at the beginning of this game. I thought this was when the win streak was going to come and I was just going to get annihilated. If I remember right, there's a point where I have like no boost for like a long time. Kind of risky, but he was gonna score if I didn't touch it at all. Yeah, this is the part I was talking about. Just no boost for quite a while. Yeah, he's still suffocating me. I can't believe I missed. Oh, yeah, I correct this. That was a horrible first touch. Like, I should have scored right away. But it happens. I had a lot of fun playing with the breakout for a week. I guess I didn't get to talk about that too much in the game yesterday. I was mostly just talking about not wanting to lose and the kind of general reasons why the breakout was good to use as a training weight. But it's definitely basically the worst car in the game. I mean, not the worst car, it's the worst hitbox. I should rephrase that. And maybe go into the specifics of why I think that, and what the difference is. So the hitbox, like every car has one of 5 different hitboxes. There are 5 standard hitboxes, and the breakout has the skinniest, like width-wise, and the shortest. But it's also the longest, which makes it hard for flip resets. I said this in my video yesterday. But, so, basically the Batmobile is almost just as long. I think it's pretty much equal. It's hardly negligible, or it's basically negligible, the difference. But it's way wider, and it's about the exact same height. So, the breakout, or the Batmobile is probably my favorite flat car right now. It's normally between that and, I'll just say the Dominus hitbox, because I play a different car on the Dominus hitbox. Anyways, a car, like, all the different cars fit each hitbox that they are supposed to be in differently. And, like, the breakout looks a little bit longer than its actual hitbox is. And some cars look a little bit narrower than the actual width of their hitbox. And so when I say it's the worst hitbox in the game, I'm talking about the actual part that you hit your car with. There are a lot of cars that are much worse cars in the game because they don't fit their hitbox at all. Like the Scarab has a bunch of space in front of it that actually hits the ball without it looking like it should hit the ball. That's essentially what I'm trying to get at. So let's get into the last replay where I get annihilated. But yeah, so I think the breakout is clearly the worst hitbox because you might as well just use the Batmobile hitbox. Or the Dominus hitbox, which everyone obviously prefers using the Dominus on. But I don't, really don't. I think if you look at the Reddit page in the description right now, Halfway Dead, who runs a YouTube channel called Rocket Science, which I think I'll also show, he has like a graph, or it's like a chart with all the different hitboxes. You can see like the actual picture of the vehicle next to its hitbox, like the hitbox over the top of it. And I think that if you look at the Dominus, and then you look at the Masamune, which nobody plays really, but I think is a super underrated car, because it's the Dominus hitbox. But it's the Masamune. Everybody likes the Dominus, but it's the Masamune is the car that I think people should be using, because at the front of the car, it's like pretty much perfect. It has a little bit of extra width, like the hitbox has a little bit of extra width where the car doesn't appear to be there, which is interesting, but it's about the exact same amount of extra width that the Octane has if you go and look at the Octane picture as well. And so, in my head, the thing about having extra space on your width is when you make shots and stuff, a lot of times you're trying to use the corners of your hitbox, for reasons related to the physics that I'm not going to get into because I'm already being way too rambling. But when you're trying to hit those corners, if you have a little bit of extra space than you think you have, you can hit it a little bit easier. I think people like having a little bit of extra width. I like knowing exactly where my hitbox is. That's a part of the reason why I use the hybrid hitbox when I use the Venom. I see a lot of people using the Jagger with a halo on it also. If you don't know, pretty much all the hybrid hitbox cars need to have a halo on them to be able to see like the height. Like the Venom is clearly the best representation, and that's why I use it the most. But the halo is like the perfect height of the actual Venom, and I know the car looks a lot shorter than that, but it's not. And when you play these cars, it is very odd. You have to use a lot of empty space over the top of your car to hit the ball. But the thing about the hybrid hitbox compared to the Octane hitbox, which obviously everybody loves the Octane, and I understand why it was the first car that I started. Well, obviously it's the first car everyone starts playing with. It's the first car you get. But it's the first car I started using heavily. However, I thought there were advantages to other cars, and once there's this standardized thing, because it wasn't always standard, I looked at all the hitboxes and I wanted to figure out which one I liked the most. And honestly, if I try to play the Octane now, I just miss the extra length of the Venom that obviously wasn't represented there. I didn't do a very good job of saving that. Man, I'm getting destroyed in this game. But anyways, the Venom is also, just like the Octane, pretty much perfect on the front. And with the halo, it has a top identifier. The hitbox on the Octane, it's like top identifier. If you don't know, is its back fender. That is exactly how tall the hitbox is. It is slightly taller than the Venom, the actual hitbox, but barely noticeable. It's barely noticeably wider, even though the Venom actually looks wider, which is kind of interesting. Going back to the part I was talking about before, where people kind of seem to like that extra width without representation, because it gives them a little bit more room for error. Yeah, I was hoping maybe I could get a shift flick there, hit it with the second part still. Like, I had no boost, and like, I don't know. At the end of the day, there's nothing I was really gonna do. But yeah, whenever I play the Octane, I just miss the little bit of extra length I have. So even though it's a really, really good representation for a car, for its hitbox, it's a really, really good car, and I suggest all my new friends play the Octane when they first start playing the game, because I don't want to explain to them all the physics stuff and how the hitbox work and stuff, and I just want them to understand the game and get a feel for it. That's what I tell them to use. I think the Octane is definitely the best car for that. But I think all the other hitboxes really bring a lot to the table. And the Masamune compared to the Dominus is a really interesting one, because the Dominus, it has a bunch of extra space on the front, which I've never understood to be a good thing. Like, I hate when the ball goes through my car, like on the tip of the car. You know what I'm talking about? If you've ever played Dominus or Breakout, or like, I don't know, if you don't pay a lot of attention and you play the Imperator because you didn't look it up, it has a ton of extra space in the front, like way too much extra space in the front. And anyways, the Dominus has that. The Dominus also has this problem where it's really low to the ground when you're on the ground, but it actually has a decent amount of extra space over the top. The Masamune is like the exact perfect height over the top. And so that's why I like to play the Masamune. It's perfect over the top, it's perfect over the front. You get that little bit of extra space to try to hit the corners, which I would prefer maybe, you know, it visually to be stretched wider a little bit more, so that way, you know, it was easier, because I like a more accurate representation on that front. But I think it's very underplayed, and it's one of my favorites. Yeah, I finally got a goal. Look at that. But it looks so nice, but it's because he didn't challenge me. You can tell this whole game I just kind of played scared, and he overpowered me, as he should have. That's what I did against all the other people who played scared to me before. Alright, well, thanks everybody, have a wonderful day.
I don't wanna be the one, I just wanna be the now. So let's go enjoy the sun, see how we feel when it's down. Or you can go back to him, I just hate to see you drown. Oh baby, baby, with me it ain't deep, you can always come back.
Oh my god, that read.